Welcome everyone. Today we are studying one of the most powerful passages in the Bible, the creation of mankind. Our main texts are from Genesis 1:26 to 31 and Genesis 5:1 to 2. These verses explain who we are, why we were created, and what makes humans one with the creation. In Genesis 1, God created the heavens and the earth. He created light, sky, land, plants, sun, moon, animals, and everything else. After each day, God said it was good. Let us make mankind in our image, according to our likeness. That sentence is very important. Today we will study for major truths created in the image of God, dominion and stewardship, male and female, partners in continuing creation, and reflecting God's character in daily life. Let us begin. First, created in the image of God. In Genesis 1:26 to 27, Scripture declares, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." This statement makes humanity one with the creation. The sun, moon, animals, and plants were spoken into existence. Humanity was created in God's image. Genesis 5:1 to 2 repeats this truth and affirms that both male and female were created in the likeness of God. To be made in the image of God does not mean we look like God physically. It means we reflect His nature and character. God is rational, therefore, humans can think and reason. God is moral. Therefore, humans possess conscience and the ability to discern right from wrong. God is relational. Therefore, humans seek fellowship with God and with one another. God is creative. Therefore, humans design, build, and cultivate. This image gives humanity dignity and value. Every person, regardless of race, gender, or status, bears God's image. This truth forms the foundation of human worth. Life is sacred because it reflects the Creator. Being made in God's image also carries responsibility. We are called to reflect His character in daily living. God is holy, loving, just, merciful, and faithful. Therefore, we must pursue holiness in our conduct, love in our relationships, justice in our dealings, mercy toward the weak, and faithfulness in our commitments. In practical terms, reflecting God's image means controlling anger, speaking truthfully, forgiving others, showing kindness, and acting with integrity even when unseen. It means living in a way that reveals God's character to the world. The creation of mankind is not an accident but a divine intention. Humanity was formed with purpose, identity, and destiny. Understanding that we are made in God's image shapes how we see ourselves and how we treat others. When we honor people, we honor the God whose image they bear. When we live uprightly, we display His likeness. Therefore, the doctrine of creation is not merely history. It defines identity. We are created beings, bearing divine likeness, called to represent God on earth. Second, dominion and stewardship, assigned to protect creation. In Genesis 1:28, God blesses humanity and gives a command: be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion. Dominion does not mean exploitation. It means stewardship, responsible management under God's authority. God is the true owner of creation. Humanity is entrusted as caretaker. The earth, animals, forests, rivers, and atmosphere belong to God. Humanity is assigned to cultivate and guard what God has made. Biblical dominion reflects God's character. God rules with wisdom, justice, and care. Therefore, human dominion must mirror that pattern. We are not to destroy recklessly, pollute carelessly, or abuse creation for selfish gain. Instead, we are to develop, protect, and preserve. To subdue the earth means to harness its potential for good. Agriculture, science, medicine, and technology are expressions of this calling when used responsibly. Building homes, farming land, managing resources, these are acts of stewardship. Protection of creation includes environmental care, avoiding waste, conserving resources, planting trees, protecting water sources. These are practical ways to honor God's command. Caring for animals and maintaining balance in ecosystems reflect responsible dominion. Stewardship also includes social responsibility. Since people bear God's image, protecting human life is part of protecting creation. Justice for the oppressed, provision for the needy, and fairness in leadership reflect God's righteous rule. When humanity ignores stewardship, creation suffers. Environmental damage, injustice, and disorder reveal misuse of dominion. But when we exercise godly stewardship, creation flourishes. This mandate is not optional. It is part of our created purpose. We were not placed on earth merely to consume, but to cultivate. Our work, whether farming, teaching, governing, or building, can honor God when done faithfully. Therefore, protecting creation is spiritual obedience. It is worship expressed through responsibility. Dominion means managing the earth as representatives of the Creator, not as owners. Third, male and female, partners in continuing creation. Genesis 1:27 declares, "Male and female created he them." Genesis 5:2 repeats this truth and affirms that both were blessed and called man. This shows unity and equality in origin and purpose. Both male and female bear God's image fully. Neither reflects God more than the other. Together, they reveal the fullness of humanity as designed by God. In Genesis 1:28, God commands them to be fruitful and multiply. This is the continuation of creation through procreation. Marriage and family are part of God's design to extend human life and stewardship across generations. The ability to produce children is participation in God's creative work. Each child carries God's image and represents the continuation of humanity's calling. However, continuing creation is not limited to physical reproduction. It includes nurturing, teaching, mentoring, and raising children in righteousness. Parents shape the next generation's understanding of God and responsibility. Male and female partnership reflects complementarity. Each brings strengths and gifts that contribute to family, society, and church. Cooperation, not competition, reflects God's order. When male and female work together in unity, they reflect God's relational nature. Division and conflict distort that design. Mutual respect and shared responsibility honor the Creator. The continuation of creation also includes cultural development. Families build communities, communities build nations. As generations multiply, God's image spreads across the earth. Therefore, male and female are essential partners in fulfilling God's mandate. Through unity, fruitfulness, and cooperation, humanity advances God's purpose. Fourth, reflecting God's character in daily life. Since we are created in God's image, daily life becomes the stage where His character is displayed. The creation account in Genesis reveals a God of order, goodness, creativity, and blessing. After each act of creation, God declared it good. Reflecting God's character means bringing goodness into our environments. In our homes, workplaces, churches, and communities, we are to cultivate peace and righteousness. God is orderly, therefore, discipline and responsibility reflect Him. Managing time wisely, fulfilling duties faithfully, and keeping commitments demonstrate His faithfulness. God is loving, therefore, we must love others, practically serving, forgiving, encouraging, and helping those in need. God is just, therefore, fairness and honesty in business and leadership reflect Him. Corruption and deceit contradict His nature. God is creative, therefore, innovation in art, music, education, and craftsmanship can glorify Him. God is compassionate, therefore, caring for the vulnerable reflects His heart. Living as image bearers requires intentionality, prayer, study of Scripture, and obedience strengthen our ability to reflect Him. Character transformation begins inwardly and manifests outwardly. In summary, the creation of mankind establishes identity, responsibility, partnership, and daily reflection. We were created in God's image, assigned to steward creation, called as male and female to continue it, and commanded to reflect His character in every sphere of life. If this teaching helped you understand the Bible more deeply, please subscribe to this channel and share this message with others who want strong Bible insight. Thank you for watching. Continue studying the Word of God.